Greetings. Welcome back to a cup of conversation and food for thought with me, Nidra Simmons. I hope that you all are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday morning. For those of you that came to check on me at 5 o'clock, I'm sorry. I wanted to try something different this morning, but I am still here nevertheless. I did send out, I didn't mean to do that. I did send out something to kind of let people know that I would be on at 6 instead of 5 today. Um, I want to start off by saying I do not own the rights to the music or the commercials you might hear in the background. That is just music or the radio playing just to set the tone so that I could, be grounded and so that I can flow. I forgot to get my bottle of water, so let me go grab my bottle of water real quick. I am still here. One moment. Thank you for your patience. I know that talking, my mouth could get dry, so I don't want to sit here and be like stumbling over words because I can't get the words out. Um, Also, as always, I come on. I do not own the rights to the music, like I said before, or the commercials in the background. This content is for entertainment purposes only. This is a cup of conversation and food for thought with me, Nidra. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. The conversation is going to be a continuation on empaths. We're going to talk about empath people, what makes you an empath. We're going to talk everything empath. Um, And as always, I start the conversation one way, but if God leads it to go into another direction, then I'm going to flow in whatever direction God puts it. So as always, I come and give an honor and glory to Mother, Father, God, Universe. Thank you, God, for waking us up this morning, seeing us throughout the day. Thank you for protecting us throughout our night and in our dream state, allowing us to wake up refreshed and ready to do your will. Continue to cover us and keep us fully dressed. Wearing the full armor of God, which is the helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, shield of faith, sword of God's holy word, but of truth and shoes of peace. Thank you for watching over us and keeping us and blessing us, keeping us fully dressed, wearing the full armor of God, and allowing us to have new grace and new mercies daily. Continue to keep us and watch over us and protect us and provide for us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every way possible. Continue to have your way in my life. Less of me, God, more of you. Use this vessel, God, to speak to your people, to uplift, to encourage, to perhaps give them a different perspective on seeing things that will help them in their situations. Um, Thank you for just being so wonderful. Give much respect and gratitude to our big brother Jesus, archangels, guardian angels, all angels in the highest Christ light, ancestors, guardian ancestors, spirit team here and far. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do. Continue to give us those gentle nudges and keep us on the right path so that we can flow in the direction in which God wants us to move in. Um, I want to pray for safe travel and mercies for those who are traveling to and from their destinations this morning. Allow them to get to their destinations safely. God, I love you and I thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you've done for me. Thank you for loving me back to me, loving myself. Thank you for keeping me grounded and focused. Thank you, God, for everything. These blessings I ask in your holy name. Amen. All right. So, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Um, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And if this is the start of your work week, remember to take it slow and easy, one foot in front of the other to get yourself adjusted and back on the path to where you need to be. Don't be overwhelmed or rushed because you have people wanting you to hurry up and do things. Keep moving in your pace and your stride. That way you are aware of your surroundings and you can be careful. You won't make any mistakes. And then once you start to get back into mood of things, then you can pick up your speed and keep going forward. You have to do what's best for you. I am a big fan and promoter of doing what is best for you, loving yourself and taking time to spend with you and God and meditate and hearing everything that God wants you to do. Just flow if you can today. Keep a calm attitude, stay positive, and just flow. I want to try something new and start on a little bit later. I was scrolling through things yesterday, and it said that the required times to come on live should be this, this, or that. So I'm going to see what happens and see if it makes a difference in me reaching more people. One thing that I do like and ask that you do out there, if I say something that is making sense to you, something that you can relate to, something that touches you in a way that is going to help you, tap those hearts. Let me know that I've said something that is working for you. I'm going to channel empath and stay. Share your thoughts. I was reading what AI said. Sorry, but yeah, I want you guys to just, if you don't mind, tap those hearts and let me know that I'm saying something that you can relate to something. It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that it's confirmation for me to let me know that what I'm saying is beneficial, and it helps me know what to talk about and how to, you know, adjust the live. Thank you so much for the compliment. Also, contributions and feedback from you all is important. You can talk back if I say something, if you want to know something, if you have a question on something, the feedback, or if you want to even share something to help motivate and uplift somebody else, that's all welcome as long as it's positive. The conversation, the lives go faster, and it's more engaging and it's more entertaining when you engage and we talk back and forth about different topics or anything like that. So, like I said, the conversation that we're talking about is everything empath is the topic for today. It's going to extend on until we reach a lot of the points that I put out here because I looked on the internet, which is also good morning. Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated. Um, the information I pulled from different areas, and it's all other people's perspective and ideas that they put into the internet. But I also want to hear some of your life experiences to help others as well, so that they know how to handle and to get through and things to help you um, as an empath. If you don't already know, an empath is a person that has what the text says, a thin membrane. But to break it down any further, it's a very sensitive person. It's a person that's very sensitive to other people's feelings. It's sensitive to, being around large crowds of people. Please, what's the topic for discussion today? The topic of discussion is um, everything empath, I guess. I had it written down yesterday, the life of an empath. I think that I am an empath. Um, Not just an empath, but I carry a great deal of empathetic qualities within me. And um, like I said, there's people that's going to come on and try to promote or pull you away to do something or go somewhere. You're grown. I'm not affiliated with anybody else that's doing anything on these lives other than if you're coming in here to see me, this is a cup of conversation and food for thought. So you're going to get whatever comes out these lips, this vessel, which is controlled by God. I'm not telling you to go to any, I'm not affiliated with anybody else on these lives. As far as someone pulling you over to say, if you come here, I'll give you the first 50 people. I'm not affiliated with that. That I have no control over. This is a live. People can come in and say what they need to say, but I'm going to say what I need to say too. Currently in the electric. Okay, no problem. Do what you have to do. You got to handle your business. You got to handle your business. But I appreciate you coming on the live. Check me out. Um, but not but also, um, I'm gonna try some things a little bit different. I want to grow as hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining live. I want to grow, and as the world is growing, I want to grow with the world too, and I want to continue to be that grain or that seed that helps others get to where they need to go. My part of my piece of the puzzle. I want to keep my place as that piece of the puzzle in this planet, in this world, to help others, so that we can make that big picture together. But I want to start off this particular day about with some things that will you need things that you rewind. I want to start off by saying hello, hello, how are you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Um, I want to start off with some tips or some bullet points things that will let you know if you are a empath or not. Um, an empathic person, like I said, you feel everything. You can feel other people's feelings. I grew up not knowing what it was that was going on with me. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. I would always feel things. I would feel people. And sometimes the feeling would be so intense, I'll break out in sweat. I'll start shaking. And I'm like, what is going on? But never was I diagnosed with anything in the doctor's office to tell me that I had to take medication for it. So it was something that was inward that I was going through, but I didn't know what it was or how to justify what it was. Now you have all these names of things that relate to what you may have been going through. And so what I'm doing now is I like to learn. Education is one of my um I guess lifelines. I feel alive when I'm learning about something. I feel alive when I'm able to teach something. So as I looked further into what an empath was, I'm like, wait a minute. I kind of check the boxes on a lot of these things. So I'm helping you out there. If you are someone that's going through things and you feel a lot, but you can't explain it, you don't have any, as the world say, detailed documentary proof of what you're going through, but you have the actual physical proof that you're actually feeling and going through, let me help you out a little bit today. Okay. So you can you feel responsible for things that were never yours to carry. You always want to help people, and you have no idea how you can help these people as far as a solution. You may not have the funds to be able to benefit, the funds to be able to help them in the way that they need to. You may not have the funds to be able to give like you want to, but you feel the need to want to help, and you help your way. And if your way is through helping like me, through communication and conversation, I help through that way because it doesn't cost any money. I'm capable and able and willing to do so, and God feeds me with information I can feed you, as well as my life experiences. So I have a lot of uh, things in me to give back to you. So that is what one of the characteristics of being an empath. Um, but with that, you have to learn how to decipher what is yours and what is not. So, and what you can handle and help and what you can't. You have to realize and understand that you can't help everybody. Good morning, sister. Good morning. How you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Happy Monday to you too. God's love is always required and needed. I'll never say not to have God's love or move on God's love. It's the love of God that's within us that allows us to be able to move forward and help others. It's God's love in me that motivates me and help me move on to help you all out there. But yeah, learn to understand that you cannot help everybody. And my thing is, if I can come on here and help just one person, and even if that one person is me, I've done all that I need to do for that day. It only takes one to pass it on to the next. Just one. It takes one seed that can go into the ground and get germinated and open up and spread out and get all these vines and veins that can spread through the ground underneath and go up and bloom into something wonderful. Yeah, we can't help everyone. And you have to understand that. You might have the heart, the desire, the urge to want to help somebody, and you can't help everybody. You may help one or two person, and you don't have to physically do anything to help people. It's your being, it's your action, it's your aura, it's you being authentically, unapologetically you that can help others, as well as other things out there. But you don't have, there's many ways of helping. You don't have to just put your mind and say, oh, this is the only way I can help. No, you can help other people and it doesn't have to cost you a thing. Other than the fact that you've lived your life and experienced some things, but it doesn't have to cost you a thing to get it out there to other people now because they have the internet that gets everything out. You can be all across the world and never leave your home on this internet. So it's a very useful and um what's the word I'm looking for? Strategic um something that's put in place to help others. um Another characteristics of a empath is that you attract people that take more than give. And Lord knows my whole life I had nothing but takers and very little givers. Um, and if they do decide to give, they give what they want to give, not what you asking for or what you need. And I want to stand up for just that one moment because I want to help somebody out there because this might go a little bit deeper. You attract people that take more than they give. You got people that want to take. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for the hearts. You have people that want to take, but they don't want to give. So then when you turn around and realize that they're doing a lot of taking and no giving, and you decide to either step away or stop giving, then they're going to look at you as being someone who is being complicated or a drama queen or whatever the case might be because you're setting you're putting your foot down and you're saying no more. I don't have and you could be in a case that you give so much that you ain't have nothing else to give and they'll still take. Even if you got a little drop, they'll still take and not give. You have people that you can talk to and tell them your situation and explain to them what's going on. And you do things, you're a hustler, you make things so that you can go ahead and provide for you and your family. And they will still hate and not give. And I don't understand how people do that. I mean, maybe y'all can help me understand, and maybe it's not meant for me to understand, but I don't understand how people that's life because all I want to collect and take, then give back. Yeah. But I don't understand how someone can be sincere and ask you how you doing, act as if they care about you and concerned about your life. But then when you explain what's going on and they know your situation, and let me know if it's just me, they know your situation and they see that you're struggling, but and they have the opportunity and can be the one to help you, but they choose not to. Instead, they'll just take and do things to prevent you from and they know that you're a empath, that you're very sensitive and soft, okay, and they'll still take and not help or give. Make that make sense to me. It don't make sense, but anyway, as being one of the characteristics of an empath, you attract people that take more than what they give. So in that case, you have to learn how to set boundaries. It took me years. Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated. Did you accomplish your light yard work? They're not going to satisfy until you give them all. Yeah, and I agree that they won't satisfy until you give them all. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. I'm doing great. Um, but I don't understand why people are like that. Why? Why? And I'm saying why because that's the type of people I seem to attract. I want to move forward, and I made it this far through life with a few handful of people, but mainly by myself. I had to make decisions and do things by myself. I had some fleshy people here that was helping, like my mom or, uh, my daughter, my kids, my kids. I have three girls and a son. So my kids, they've helped me too. But I'm talking about like if you meet a significant other and so forth, where is the people that they claim they want to get to know you and get a relationship with you and claim they help you and then you give them what they want and you're left out high and dry. I make that make sense for me. But anyway, going on to the third characteristic. What do you have for us? The conversation that we're talking about today is a continuation on yesterday. Nothing will satisfy human, not money, house, nothing in this world will satisfy all mankind. Look, I don't need to be satisfied with all the expensive things. I just want to be above water. I want to be able to live on this planet. And the fact that you have to depend on other people for jobs, for work, for employment, it I just want to be above water. I want to be able to live, enjoy life, and not be stressed out on bills. I don't want my phone to be blown off the hook because of bill collectors. I just want to enjoy life. I'm a hard worker. And then when I can't work, I don't want to fall down underwater. I want to still be able to flow, because usually you can connect on and get to the next thing. And I don't understand. In my case, I feel God sent people to help me. Either they're lying that they're going to help me in the beginning, or They see something in me that turns them in a different direction. And it's not nothing negative that I'm doing. It's something that either I carry that they want for themselves, so they feel they can take it and move forward, or it's some, I don't know what it is, but I feel God has sent so many people to help me. And I try to help as many people as I can with what I have. Um, so this is why I come on, I do these lives. I may not have that part of it to get me to where I to help others like I need to, but nevertheless, I'm going to use what I have to make it work for the better, regardless. That's just how I've always been. But I don't understand how people who can see this, hear this, understand this, but still go back and do very little. If God have sent you out on, this is what I feel. Okay. I feel if God has sent you out on an assignment to help somebody, it is your best bet to help that person. It's beneficial for you. You're going to get blessed in the long run if you succeed and see it all the way through. But if you let the flesh of this world constantly stop you from doing what you're supposed to do, then the consequences is not as it would if you finish it out. So I don't know how else to pinpoint that. It's just something that I keep running into. And I guess I will continue to keep running into because I consider myself like a mirror. I see people look at me and then they see them, but then they think it's me because it's them reflecting their insecurities on me. But if you say that to somebody, they'll be like, I ain't got no insecurities. Well, this is not my insecurity that you're giving me. I'm telling you up front my situation. But you can't break it down to somebody who feels like they know all above all and have no issues. We all have issues. We all have situations. We all have James 2:20. Faith without deeds is dead. Yeah, peace and blessings to you too. Thank you for joining the live. I'm to the point now where words is a dime a dozen. Words are almost extinct. I want to see action. But yeah, anyway, back onto the topic. For those that's just joining in, this is a continuation of conversation of what we had yesterday, talking about empath. Everything empath. Right now I'm trying to go over some key points or some points to look at to so that you can understand or see if you are an empath or have some empathic qualities within yourself. So far, we talked about that impact. You feel responsible for things that's never yours to carry. You attract people that take more than give. Uh, Deeply feel a sense of things off your own body language. Okay, you can sense things from off of people based off of what you feel. There she goes. You could feel people um emotions and feelings just by being in their presence. You can see and read body language. It's like a magnet. You look at a person and you're looking at things that they do, and it's like a magnet that points you to what they're saying and connect back to you so that you can feel what they're saying or if you believe it, if it's true or not. That is something an empath person can recognize. Um, I tend to I tend to look at people when they talk. A lot of people don't like to make eye contact. I'll make eye contact if I'm talking to somebody. Some people feel a little, insecure, or they'll hold their head down. All that I look at. Um, if people are talking to me and they got their arms crossed, I stop the conversation until I see their arms go down, or I'll change the subject. Because usually when you cross your arms like this, you're not receiving the conversation. Your mouth can say whatever it wants to say, but your body language is telling me that you cut me off. You're not going to hear nothing that I have to say. So why waste my breath? Your mouth can say, no, no, I'm just getting comfortable, whatever the case might be. Yeah, but your actions is telling me that it's not. I go off, I can feel from off your actions, and what you're showing me is you're rejecting what I'm saying. What about top of it? I don't know what you mean by that. Um, but yeah, so an empathic person can tell off of body language. off of the breathing, the sighing. You got people that sit there and just shake their legs and just shake their legs and just do all this extra stuff. And they say they're fine. But I always tend to look in things a little bit deeper. Why are you shaking your legs? Are you nervous? Are you, do you have to go to the bathroom? Or is my energy so strong to you that you can't control to keep, still for just a moment? So I look at all of that, and most empathic people look at that. So if you're someone who pays attention to detail when it comes to having a conversation with somebody, perhaps you might have some empathetic qualities within yourself. Um, you'll feel guilty when when you take time for yourself. Uh, when it's time for taking care of others, you're fine. But when it comes down to taking care of yourself, like resting, going to sleep, you feel guilty. You know, sitting outside on the patio for hours, you're looking at the clock to see how long you've been out there because you could have been doing something else. You're worried about fixing food for other people in the house when they're able to fix it for themselves. You just, you don't relax and take care of you. You're gonna take care. I always do take care. Mm, sorry, I didn't mean to drink that on the live. But yeah, that's one of the qualities. You feel guilty when it's time to take care of yourself. All right. If I'm saying something that you can relate to, please hit those hearts, tap those hearts so that I know that you are there. All right. So strong intuition, but give chances or take yourself out of things. So empath people have strong intuitions. Um, yes, Lord. Hit those hearts. Strong intuition, but give chances or talk yourself out of things. So if you're empath, if you have those empath qualities, you you tend to talk yourself out of things. Oh, maybe I don't want to do this because whatever. You find a reason. Somebody comes and do something for you, and you instead of just saying thank you, you're finding ways to either want to give back to that person or you find ways to not accept it, or you could just talk yourself out of good things or just things, period. um Another characteristics for seeing if you have empathic qualities is when you get around large crowds. Now, when I can be around certain crowds, no problem. And then again, I can be around larger crowds and it's a problem. The first time, actually, no, it wasn't the first time. There was one time when I was younger and I was working at my job and there was a lot of people there for some reason. I don't know if a bus came in or whatever the case might be. It was a lot of people there. And I just felt really weak. My heart started beating real fast, and then I broke out into a sweat. And it was a cold sweat. It wasn't a hot sweat. And I'm sitting there like, what in the world is going on? Didn't know what was going on, other than the fact that I was witnessing what I was feeling. So I sat down for a minute, and then I got myself together, and I went back to what I was doing. Another time that was more recently, I went to a college tour with my son, and my daughter was there too. And we went to this room that was so filled with people that had this big open house type thing for the college kids and the parents to get to know what's going on about the school and so forth. And it was so many crowds of people, and my kids chose to go to the very last row up there, and it was crowded. So it was that was where some seats were. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Um, and I had a struggle getting up there. It was a lot of stairs, so I had to use my pump when I got up there. It was so many stairs and so many people, and I was just feeling everything as I walked up. It got steeper and steeper. It's like the air got thick, and it was so hard. I'm doing good to get up to that top part. I had to pause for a second and keep going. Pause for a second, keep going until I finally got up there. And as soon as I got ready to sit down and took a few swigs of my pump, uh, it was time to get walk back down again. But I got myself calm enough to be able to walk back down. But it was just that crowd of people that was there that was I was so sensitive to the fact that I was feeling everybody's energy, good, bad, and different. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. What happened to you? So what did you do? How did you get yourself calmed down in that situation? Good morning. I took your suggestion. I came on a little bit later today. I started at 6 instead of 5 today. But yeah, what did you do to calm yourself down? How'd you get yourself back into that order? And then how did you feel once you got outside? Because once I got outside and the air started to blow on me, I started to feel really good, better. But it was just that I was so sensitive to the crowd of people. I was feeling everything. Now I'm telling you, this is something that you can't tell people because they're gonna think that something's wrong. Like the first thing that people could say, oh, well then you know what? It was a lot of stairs, you kind of top heavy, maybe you just out of breath because you're overweight. Okay, that if that's what you want to believe, that's fine. But I know it's more because I'm sweating and I'm feeling things, and the higher I get, the air's thicker. It's like I'm going into like it was something unnatural for me to be going through. But everybody else will find any other reason to try to talk you out of what it is that you're actually feeling. So if that's the case, you stick with what you feel and you believe what it is that you believe. You don't listen to what they say because they're not in your body to see what it is that you're feeling. So for those that are just joining on, we're talking about empathic, everything empath. And right now, I'm giving you out some points or some little cues to see if you have any empathic qualities. Had a great weekend. How was yours? um, so another quality or point that you can feel or see if it works with you. Good morning to you too. If you carry the empathic qualities, are other people's moods you feel, and that right there is true. I and I think when I was married, it was reflecting off of my husband. Well, every time I got upset, he got upset. And I'm like, why are you upset? I need someone to help me get unupset. I need someone to help me calm down so that I won't have to be upset. I don't need someone that's going to be upset with me. Exactly discernment. It is discernment. It is discernment. It's like I said when I came on here, there's a lot of names that they come up with things that I've been feeling back then. And I'm sharing this because I'm not the only one. And there's Oh, you saying I am very empathic. Yes. Okay, you're saying you're very empathic. And yeah, and this is why I'm sharing this because there's a lot of empathic people out here. I cry more at other people's feelings. I can relate to that. Yes, some bad spirits affecting good spirits. Yeah, it's your discernment basically and your intuition that forms what you're feeling around you. And is in this they came up with the word empath. So these are qualities and they all connect together at some point down the line. I guess that's why you have these different names because each person once they feel it, they come up with. But anyway, um yeah, you feel other people's moods. Like um for me, I have always been really busy. Mine always going, constantly thinking. So I have gotten to the point to where I've learned how to slow down and calm myself. but it doesn't take but so much to get me back up amped. So when I listen to certain music, it can't be just any music, and I have to be in the mood for it. Most of my music is R&B, and I think I like more R&B because I can feel the music in that era more than any other era. I don't want to feel the music now because the music now is all over the place. They got chords and notes and hertz in there that can affect the way that you feel. Um, so I choose, different eras of music. It's a difference back then than it is now. And also with me, I can't take certain things like I can't do scary movies. I can't do those reality shows. I can't do those realities like what is that, the I'm gonna code it in a different way, but the Barry Pinger show where they come on and they do all of this uh violent stuff, and then they downgrade and think negative about other people. I can't do those movies that have a lot of violence either because I feel it. And people think I'm joking, but no, I feel it. I get into character like I'm in the movie. And I mean, I'm not copying word for word, but the tension that those actors are portraying, even though they're acting, all that combined with the music, it it can affect me. And that's why I like watching just simple, some call them chick flicks, because I'm all about love. And I don't think people realize or understand. And you won't know until you ask me. But I've had spent a whole lifetime trying to get all of this crazy stuff combined into a section to where I can tame it. And other people don't understand that. And because you're meeting me at this phase of my life, you're so quick to say what you want to say on the outside. I love romance and I do too. I love comedy. I love comedy. I love to laugh. Laughter is good for me. I'll laugh at the most intimate moments. I love laughter. Um, but I don't, I don't do horror movies because it affects my thoughts. And yeah, and it's everything came from somewhere. Every movie, every song, it came from somewhere. Somebody's physical emotion and feeling that went into that is portrayed on the big screen, and you're feeling that. So laughter is a form of exercise and not cheap. Well, I love laughter, so maybe I'm rich in laughter. Um, but yeah. So, some people can come on the outside and say, well, you know what? You got to get over that. How are you going to tell me how to get over that when I've done a whole lifetime of getting to this point? And you're seeing the tame portion of me now. But back then, it's to the point now where my kids won't take me to a certain movie. They'll pick and choose which movie they would want to come with me to a movie because I'm that one in there that be like, no, here. I'm that one in the movie theater. Thank you. That's going to sit there and mess the movie up for everybody else. If you're watching movies to get a lesson out of it, to each his own. If I watch a scary movie, it's like whatever spiritual intentions or what carries around that movie, I feel it. And it's to the point where I become very enlightened and very heightened to where I'm very cautious about my surroundings. I start to feel, and it's not all in my head. Somebody gonna say it's all in your head. No, it's not all in my head. I am sensitive to certain spiritual things, and I did not know what it was back then. But now that I look back, and I spend a lot of time of looking back at certain things, I don't look back to go back into history. I look back to see certain qualities and things because you learn from that. So I sometimes I came from the content, but I think I accidentally subscribed to your personality instead. Okay, the content is I use myself as I'm very transparent. So I use myself as an anchor to give you a visual of what I'm going through, or because I'm not the only one going through it. So if that bothers you, I apologize. But as I said before, I'm sharing with what I know. And once I share what I know, it's going to affect somebody else differently. They can relate to it. Their acts, their meaning or whatever happens to them will approach or reach them a different way. So I'm giving uh, visuals to the content. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. Yeah, I go to gospel music too. I used to always go to gospel music. But sometimes it could be too much gospel music. Music can get you to where you need to be. You listen to it too long, it'll take you someplace else. So everything is good in moderation. And thank you for the hearts to let me know that you are relating to what I'm saying. Um, but the topic for this morning is everything empath. So but yeah, and when y'all text stuff up there, if I seem like I'm taking it to the wrong avenue, then let me know that that's not the avenue you were coming from, because these are all words. Good morning from Puerto Rico. Can you? Good morning to you. I don't pull any cards. I I have just paper here, paper, and I'm trusting and working on what God has given me to give to you all out there. So if you're looking for someone to pull cards, this is not the one for you. This is not the site for you. Keep scrolling, and much appreciated. Thank you for coming to see about me. Um, you're welcome. I have enough knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to go off of. I don't come on to change your mind or make you say anything. I don't come on to change your mind and make you feel or say what I say do. Okay, well, more power to you. Keep doing it. I encourage you all to do it. It's very therapeutic. Um, when I come on and I want to encourage and uplift and help you all out there, which is why I come on, I'm also doing the same for myself. So more power to you. Go for it. I encourage you too. But yeah, I do not um read cards. You're welcome. I trust and believe that God is working through me to work through you all out there. And I have nothing against the cards. I just don't do it. Everybody has a starting point to get to where you need to go. My starting point was, um, I went to church all my life, start off as a Baptist to a Christian to spiritual. I believe God is a spirit being. We're created in God's image. So therefore I am a spirit being housed in this flesh. So my mindset, my thinking is more fine-tuned to where we're supposed to be. And people just have different avenues to get into that point. I am not here to judge. I am not here to throw shame. I am not here to make you do nothing. I am just here to come on to uplift, encourage. I believe communication and conversation is a form of healing, and it helps everybody. Everybody gets help through communication and conversation. And thank you. Everybody gets help through communication and conversation. And whether you believe it or not, it's a factual thing. After you talk to somebody, think about it. Think about how you felt before you had that conversation, and then think about how you felt afterwards. And if 9 out of 10 of the time you feel at peace, you feel lighter, then okay, then you have succeeded in healing yourself. But healing is a continuous thing. So you're not going to just talk and be healed and that's it. No, you're going to be lighter. You're letting things off. You're taking layers off of the surface as you get to the core. It's allowing you to see another layer that you haven't seen in a while because it was so covered up under different things. So healing is definitely a form of I'm sorry, communication and conversation is definitely a form of healing. And that's the direction I go in. That's what I try to push out. My mother was very empathetic, saintly, spiritually. I think I may walk is an offshoot of her. Okay. Your parents tend to teach you things. And I had a conversation with someone recently that, you can talk to your kids and try to get your kids to do what you think is best, but ultimately it's their decision, and they're going to hear what you're saying. And when you least expect it, they're going to have a conversation with you, and it's going to reflect everything you taught them. And you can be like, oh, wow, they do listen. They did hear me when I said that. Got it. You know, and coming to you from a parent's perspective, me, I have 4 children, and at different phases of my life, I realize when I know better, I do better. So I have to go back and apologize to some of my kids once I learn better and understand things a lot more. Because my kids was at a phase where they were trying to teach me something, but my mind was caught up in religion. So I gave my children some false information based off of religion, and they were giving me reality stuff because our children too, we learn from our children. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. I'm having a great morning so far. I hope that you are too. But we learn from our children. My children was trying to tell me something. They were trying to teach me something, but I didn't listen to them. And so I took on some actions on some things. I got rid of some things where all I had to do was just let them go through some things, teach them what I know about it, but don't take away what it is that caught their interest. So, you know, you live and you learn. But as you grow and learn better and do better, you need to also teach and go back if you have your family members there, your children, that they're still around you, or you're still able to get in contact with them, go back and reflect and apologize. Look, this is what I told you back then, but I'm learning that it's different. Or you were right about this back then, and I appreciate the knowledge because I'm seeing where you come from. It's that communication that you have to build with your family, and you have to, and sometimes it just takes an apology and a recap of something that you just learned to apologize to your loved ones for them to get something that they didn't know that was bothering them off of them. And you can lighten their load just by something simple as that. Because we're all people that's growing. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson. My saying back in the days used to be water ain't free. My new phrase is everything is a lesson. Everything. Even to the way that I take the water top off and drink the water off the camera is a lesson. You're probably saying, what's the lesson in that? Um, Presentation it could be one, or if you think that the algorithm or AI, however they monitor you, you can get that off camera so that they're focusing on the content so that your content can go out. Anything anything is a lesson. I'm learning too. The younger ones have clearer eyes. They have been a great influence on me. Yeah. Yeah. Now you still have to stand your ground as the adult because you know the outer limits. You know the parameter, the framework. So once they go out that framework, you still have to be that adult to keep them grounded in. But they have a lot of um, knowledge, a lot of, like, for example, a baby. A baby can be on a surface that's a little bit level, but have no idea that they're going to fall off until they fall off. They'll be as free flowing and moving and everything, but you, as the adult, have to make sure the parameters cover so they don't fall off and hurt themselves. But you'll learn how free they are. You can see how much they're growing, how much they're intaking. You can see how happy they are. And you can learn from that because it's innocent. There's no cares in the world for this particular baby that's sitting here doing whatever they want to do. But you still have to make sure that they're protected. Because you, as the adult, know that if they do go too close to the edge, they're going to fall. But you still let that child, learn from them. Let that child show you what they know. I was at the farmer's market this past Saturday, and there was a little baby there. And these babies know when and who to speak to. So parents, if your child don't want to speak to somebody, don't push them to speak to the body. Let it be. They're not necessarily being rude because they're not speaking. They can see things that you can't. They can feel things that you can't. They have that pureness about them, and they have that start of that it's like a radar within them that they know who is cool and who's not cool. So don't push it. If they don't say hi, just if you feel bad about it, just use an excuse and say, you know what? My baby probably just tired right now. It's okay. Say something if you feel like you don't, that that is rude. You change the and diffuse the situation. That's you as the adult, that protector. But the children knows. But anyway, I was sitting there, and then this baby. I was in a car. Pets do too. I agree with you. I don't have any pets, but I've been around some pets. I've been around a dog who see me like every couple of months within a year. And the dog was so, um, I don't know if it was protected. Well, y'all can tell me what it is. I was at a friend's house and the friend wasn't there, but the dog was there. And the dog was everywhere I went. Now, I don't know if the dog was making sure I wasn't going into places I ain't had no business going to, but I wouldn't anyway. If I'm a guest at somebody's house, I'm only going to be in the area that you allow me to be. If it's in the living room, I'll be in the living room. Whatever the case might be. But this dog had licked my feet, and I'm like, whoa, 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 and kept wanting to lick my feet. And so I pet the dog so that the dog wouldn't lick my feet. But then, as I sat down, the dog came and sat down on my feet. It was like planting me down so that I guess, I don't know. I looked at it as it was protecting me from other things, but it was at my feet. And I was like, why is this dog so attentive to keeping me planted? So if you guys are pet owners and your dogs do that to you, please let me know what that means. But I took it that the dog had liked me. And so the dog felt comfortable around me. So the dog made sure that I was not going anywhere. But you guys can tell me what the meaning of it is if you are a pet lover, a pet owner. But okay. Does your German Shepherd sit at your feet or sit on your feet? This dog didn't sit at my feet. This dog sat on my feet. Um, but yeah, I don't know how we got on that topic. But anyway, somebody probably need to hear that. To go back to what I was talking about, some of the pointers to see if you are a empath. Large crowds, we talked about. Others people's moods you feel, which we talked about it before. If somebody is angry, me personally, if I come around somebody who's angry, I would try my hardest to take out the anger. I would talk about things that they like to try to change the subject. I would, if they were hungry, I would hit all the points that would diffuse the anger. Now I know sometimes people get very angry. They don't want to hear nothing. They just want to lay hands. But I would check, are you tired? Let me change the mood so you can sit down and relax. Are you hungry? I will go and prepare a meal so that you can eat. Are you thirsty? I will give you something that is non toxicating to keep you relaxed. Would you like some tea? Would you like a massage? Depending on who the person is that's angry, I will suggest some other things. I would do what I need to do to diffuse the moment and remove the anger because I don't want the anger. And I don't want to be upset because I have a side of me that is danger. But I don't never want to get to that point. So I know how to balance my attitude. I try to balance myself all the time. Don't try. I do balance myself all the time. And it's not something that happened overnight. This is a years and years of process that I had to do to try to make myself stay calm. So when people, and this is just something I want to share, if somebody tells you that they can't take certain things, believe them. They're not making stuff up. They know themselves better than you do. You're just coming on the scene. You have no idea of how many years it took for them to get calm. I'm reminded of the hawk. I compared myself to the hawk. When you can be calm one minute, but when you're mad and get angry, oh my gosh, you're a totally different person. And I feel like I become a totally different person to where I'm the She-Hulk. I rip everything off and I get muscles and I get tall and don't come in my way. Stand clear. So I never get to that point. I don't because my whole demeanor changed. I mean, it's like my skin is stretching. I break out. It's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. So it took years of learning what ticks me and what doesn't. It took years of learning how to get into a quiet place and clear my mind. It took years and years and years and years and years of sitting still without getting up and doing this and this and that. It took people who told me about it for a while, but they're no longer here to see the calm part of me. So their last memory of me was making them dizzy because I was always moving. But if they was to see me now, which I do, the spirit do see me now, they'll be like, "Wow, what a change! What a change!" But it's a process that I had to go through to get to this point. It's a process that you will have to go to get to that point. I don't want to just pinpoint it and say it's all me. What I'm saying, there's people out there that feel the same way. There's people out there that think the same way. There's people out there that's going through the same thing I'm going through or went through and came out of. So another one is emotional in movies. Yeah, some empath or empathic qualities can cause you to respond. You can cry. I cried at the Notebook. Some movies can cause you. I've watched a TV show recently. They had a marathon that was going on, and oh my goodness, just sitting there and I'm trying to tune myself off and do other things. By the time that evening was, I was so tense. My neck was hurting, my shoulders was hurting. Excuse me. Everything was hurting because I was so responsible. The music, the screaming, the all the violence that was going on. I was tensing up to what? At the end of the day, I was sore, sore. So empathic people are sensitive, and when they tell you they're sensitive, believe it. Don't put your two and two to try to make sense. Believe what they say because they know their body better than you do. Um, and I can watch different types of things like that, but it's in doses. But back to back to back to back to back to back. Oh my gosh. I had a headache. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just trying to be someone that can be around someone without changing the attitude. I don't want to come across being rude or mean and disrespectful. And then you take it as me being rude and disrespectful, but it's my response from what I just intake. M- Music, movies, it's all like food to the body. It's all like food to the body. Just like you take food and physically put it in your mouth, the music you hear, the movies you watch, you're feeding your eyes, you're feeding your ears, and then the combination together is going to spew out stuff out your mouth. So you got to be mindful of what you hear. You got to be mindful to what you're listening to. I hear people say that the television is strategically put in place to deter you and get you off your focus. Music, the different hertz and chords in the music can take you off your purpose. It can deflect you and change your tone. I don't know if y'all remember the cartoon Gem, and she had these earrings that would I don't know what her name was, but they would, synergy would go on and off depending on what needs to be happening. Prayer becomes a millionaire. Yeah, prayer is important. Don't stop praying. That's conversation between you and God. Keep talking to God. Um, but the point that I was trying to make is all of the and they were singing music and they had the guitars and the chords will trigger people. And then even they got now this cartoon that's on it's a band, a Korean band, women who sing, and they deprogramize things that are not of good quality or spirits or personalities, and they they slay things. It's called D Slayer. It's a cartoon, but even now, everything that's on these televisions is to partly, yes, educate you and partly distract you. But you have to learn to maintain the balance between the two. So if you're watching something, watch it with the intentions of learning, but don't let it take you to a place that it doesn't need to take you, if that makes sense. So empathic people have to be very careful and have to learn balance and boundaries. And it's very important to learn boundaries and stick with them. Now, me, I can set boundaries, I can stick with some. I just need to learn to stick with all of them. Because when I don't stick with the boundaries, I'm the one that gets hurt in the end. And I'm tired of hurting. Same with you out there. If you don't stick with your boundaries, you're going to be the one that gets hurt in the end. Aren't you tired of being hurt? So set these boundaries and let them stick. Let them stay. Another point. I don't know if I lost y'all out there. We're at that 1 hour mark. Okay, I still see some hearts out there. Thank you. Okay, what is it? Emotional love hosting. Okay, it says another point of empath is love hosting. Enjoy seeing others happy. Hence, me on here talking to you all out here. I love to hear the stories about how I've helped you. And if I helped you, I give honor and glory to God. I'm just a vessel being used by God. And if by chance I say I and forget to leave God out, I apologize. I am telling you now, let it hit the words of everyone out there. If I have helped you, give honor and glory to God, not me. I'm just a vessel being used by God to help you all out there. But I give honor and glory to God for the ability to speak to you all out there and say something that is helpful and beneficial to you so that you can go forward in a positive direction. The direction, remember, is forward and up. We're not looking backwards. We're not, we can look backwards, but we're not walking backwards. We're not walking sideways backwards. We're looking to see how far we come. We're looking to see if we're closer to where we need to be. But the direction, the path always is forward and up. Forward and up. That is the way we move. That's the way that we need to move. But yeah, like hosting parties, like hosting events, um, like seeing other people enjoying themselves. And I like to see people happy. I'd rather see you happy than sad. And if I see that you're sad or angry, whatever the case might be, my first point is going to go ahead and try to diffuse that person so that they're more calm and at peace. And that's why I come on in the morning with a um, calm demeanor. My music is usually slow, relaxing. I use hurt sometimes, depending on what area I want or feel God wants me to reach, to kind of play it so that it sets the tone, and so that it's relaxing, and so that it'll bring you to a place to where you're going to receive what is to be said. You're not going to listen when you're angry. You're not really going to pay too much attention when you're sad. But when you're happy or when you're balanced and at a normal feeling of mindset of being, then you'll receive what is being said. And you'll receive what may help you. Putting others first. If you're always put others before you, you're an empath. And that's why I had, and this is why I so strongly come on and tell you how important it is to love yourself. Love yourself, know yourself. Love yourself and know yourself and love everything about you. Everything from the head to the toes. Everything about you. All your soft rolls or all your uh, strong skinny bones or all your long hair, short hair, no hair, long nails, short nails. Love all of you, your complexion, your tone, your voice, Love all of you. Your glasses, your eyes, all of you, even your toes and your heels of your feet. Love all of you. And know who you are, know whose you are, and know what you carry. Good. I'm glad I said something that was helpful. Love all of you and know who you are and know whose you are and know what you carry. Who and who? Know who you are as an individual, as a man or woman of God, as a child of God. Know who you are. Know who you are. You're a spirit being living in the flesh. And this house that you live in called the flesh, you need to take care of it. And as years pass, it grows and you have to be able to maintain and take care of that. So know who you are. Know whose you are. Know who you belong to. And spend that one-on-one meditation time with God and yourself and listen inwardly. Inwardly is where God works. Outwardly is where the flesh of this world works. Inwardly is where you have that opportunity to build yourself strong, to get that flame that you have within you, and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and bigger and brighter and bigger to where the casing comes off, and then it goes brighter, brighter, brighter all through your body, and then it spews out to where everybody can finally get to know who you really are. They see the love that you carry, they see the real you, they see the God in you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to say it 'cause I might say it wrong. Why do you want me to pronounce that? Um, but yeah, know who you are, whose you are, and what you carry. And once you spend that time with God, it asks God the right questions. What's my purpose, God? How do you want me to maneuver my purpose? Are you going to be with me when I get out there to do what it is that you need me to do? Thank you. Are you can you show me step by step? Can you introduce me to my spirit team? Can I hear you more? Can we spend more time? Can ask the right questions. What is it that I carry? How is what I carry helpful for me and for others? And listen to what God tells you. And sometimes, and I want to help you out there too, because some people, it's funny. Some people can't just have pure quiet to hear from God. Some people have to have some type of noise or something going on in the background. If that's the case, listen to some spiritual music low. Sometimes the music can speak through you. God can speak through you through music. God used anything and everything to get your attention. Please know this. You can hear what God is trying to tell you through the music. Or if you sit outside in nature, listen to what God is saying in nature. It's the birds, it's the bees, it's the flowers, it's the wind of the trees, it's the leaves. All that can give you information on what God is trying to tell you. By you putting your focus on something, God is now putting something in your mind. You can see that with what you're focusing on. You can hear it. If you're empathic, if you're an empathic person, you're going to feel it before you hear it sometimes. You're going to feel it before you see it sometimes. So try it. Try it. Try it. All right, y'all. Another point is if you're empathetic, you're also known as the unofficial therapist. People are going to come to you and tell you their problems, and they don't care how personal or how detailed, descriptive, whatever the case might be. They will come to you and tell you what's going on with them. And then they will say to themselves, why did I say that to you? I've had some people, even when I was younger, I'm like, why are y'all telling me this? Before I recognized and knew what I was feeling and put it into word form, I had people coming to me talking to me in different languages. I'm like, oh, hold on. I don't understand what you're saying. I speak English. But they felt so comfortable, even though they didn't speak English, they were telling me their issues. And I'm like, I wish I could help you, but I don't even know what you're saying. And then you have, and it doesn't matter, man, woman, old, young, they will come to you and talk to you because they feel the peace that you carry. They feel the calmness in your voice. It could be the smile that's on your face. It's all of that that they feel comfortable with that will allow them to speak to you so freely. And most of the time I listen and I'm like in my head, wow, do you know me well enough to tell me that? But never do I give advice on saying what you should do. I'll say something like interesting. And how do you feel about that? Or interesting. Or wow. Most of the time it's like, oh wow. Oh wow. But I try to make people solve their own issues. I just want to give you a different perspective. Okay. I'd say, well, have you seen it this way? You know, um, have you taken it to God in prayer? And if it's something I really don't know the answer to, I don't want you not to get the answer, but there is a way to get the answer. Seek God and listen to what God has to say. Slow down long enough to listen. Sit down long enough to relax and hear what thus saith the Lord. And if it's something that I went through and came out of, I would suggest, listen to this because this is how I did it, but the choice is up to you to do it however way you want to do it. I am never here to tell you how to do you because nobody knows you better than you. Nobody knows me better than me. So I move in the direction that flows for me. And I hope that you move in the direction that works well for you. You guys, I've been on for an hour and 12 minutes, y'all. An hour and 12 minutes. I want to see if I can move it to an hour and 30 minutes. And then I'll gradually get longer and longer until I can do this all day. On the days that I can. I still need employment. I still want to go out there and find work. Excuse me. I still got bills to pay. So, saying all that to say, if you have been on here for the whole hour and 12 minutes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If not, and you stayed partly throughout the way and you're still here, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you scroll through just to hear what I had to say and say one or two things, still thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful and I thank you all. And the last point that I have up here for the empathic or to see if you are an empath is difficulty setting boundaries. I was never a boundary setter. I was a free fall. People could use me back in the days and I would just let them feel bad and hurt, at the end of the day because, I felt played, I felt taken advantage of, felt used, but didn't know that I could have fixed all of that by simply setting boundaries. Setting boundaries. And don't be so, oh, well, that might hurt their feelings. Would you want your feelings hurt? Start looking at it to where it's going to affect you and benefit you. And that's the whole reason why you set boundaries because you're tired of being hurt. You're tired of being taken advantage of. You're tired of people take, and never giving. So you set those boundaries so that you are protecting you. Now, you're gonna get some lip or some problems or some issues from the other people that's so used to take because they're gonna realize they can't take no more. I told somebody this and I don't want it to be like this, but it seems to always fall this way. And I'm hoping and praying that it's going to get better and be different. But people appreciate me more they appreciate me when I'm with them. and I have no boundaries. But they appreciate me more when I'm going. They want me more when I'm going. They think about me more when I'm going or when I've set boundaries, as opposed to having me at that time to where things will work out. Now I'm saying me, but I'm not the only one that feels this way. There's others out there. So you have others out there that feel like, people appreciate them when they're gone. They think about them when they're gone. I'm quick to tell you from the start, I give my disclaimer. There is no other person out there like me. None. And people take me as a challenge on that one. Oh, really? Oh, really? I bet you, there's more fish in the sea. There's plenty of you out there. There are plenty of women out there, yes. But Nidra, Yvette Powell Simmons, it's just me. I am the only one of me out here. We live in a world where we have a lot of shared qualities, things like being empathic, but each person is individual, unique. I consider myself like fine wine. I get better with age. And I consider myself the strongest, most purest, most rawest form of love possible. And that's my opinion. And I'm going to stick with that because that's what I believe about me. You don't have to, and it's okay. But once you get to know me on a level to where I love you and I loved you hard, you're going to know. You're going to know. I'm hearing that voice on TikTok. You're going to know. You're going to know. There is nobody else out there like me. And I require a lot. And when I say a lot, no, I'm not saying I need your money and all that stuff. Be nice if you offer it. But no, I don't. I'm not someone that's, when I say I require a lot. I, North Carolina, I know as a woman of God, I don't need a person to take care of me. I know how to take care of myself. But I'm at a phase in my life where I want to share with someone, and we can take care of each other. I don't want to have to keep doing things by myself. I know that I'm capable of doing it because I've done it for years. I got this far with God and my spirit team, not by man. I've raised 4 children. Never were we out on the streets. Never were we living out of a car. And there's nothing wrong with that if you've done that. You got to survive. I was a girl from the projects who left the projects and moved into an area to where I can raise my kids the ideal way that I wanted to as a child, in a house, not in the projects. I've done all of this with the grace of God, with God and my spirit team. I had a husband that helped me move here, but when I moved here, he didn't have a job. So there's a lot of things that I had to take in and do by myself, raise children, make sure they were work multiple jobs. I've done all of this. So I don't need a person to show me how to take care of me. I know how to take care of me. I know how to take care of my family. I know that I'm an awesome wife. I don't need nobody to tell me that I'm a bad wife or a good wife. I already know. I've done that. So I'm at the phase now to where I want someone that I can grow with together. I don't want to take nobody and bring them down. I don't want nobody to take me and bring them down. And I'm saying this, I'm not the only one that's feeling this way. There's others that feel the same way out there. I see from that heart as confirmation. So I appreciate that. Of course. Of course I do. I I love being a wife. Although I had a lot of trials and tribulations, and it's okay. It was all lesson learned. I had to grow. My husband had to grow. And now I'm a widow. I'm still growing. But absolutely, yes. I would love to be a wife again. Um, I miss the companionship. I miss waking up with breath in my face or going to bed with breath in my face. I miss the connection. I miss all of that. I miss the conversation, sitting down watching a movie, having breakfast, which I have not done yet, on a patio and drink coffee or tea. I miss all of that. You said, let's do it. That required communication outside to get to know one another. But anyway, let me go back to what's at hand. But yeah, I absolutely do. Uh-huh. Okay. And I believe you. I'm not saying I don't. I believe until. Hopefully, there won't have to be an until in a negative way. It could be until, we go to another level. But but yeah, it's we're gonna start with that one for the empathic conversation, and I'll start this again tomorrow. Like I said, I want to make this a series. Sorry, yeah, move the camera. I want to make this a series to where it's going to be beneficial to you all out there. Like I said, I want to move more into um I am a life coach, and what I've been doing all this while is a portion of coaching. And I want to continue to do that, but I want to take that to a different level. So I'm going to start doing some segments that's going to lead into some in-depth conversations, some in-depth skills and ways to improve and better one another. So that is the goal to where I want to get to, but I'm not going to jump into it either. I want to let it flow. I want to float into it. So I will probably change my time now since I don't have a job to get up to go to. I may not have to get up so early and do it at 5. And I'm just going to change it to 6. So it might be from 6 to 7, all depends. But for right now, I'm looking at the 6. Today was a trial to see how well I did at 6 o'clock. And I think I did pretty well when I'm looking at the likes up there, the hearts. So most likely tomorrow I'll be back at 6. I start putting little prompts or commercials on, not commercials. I will do commercials, but little prompts. If you have seen any of those, please put a heart up there and tell me if you've seen it, so I know if it was beneficial. But I will try to put some things out there so that you know that I'm going to be coming on live, as well as once you um join my page, however you call it on this one. Um, Hopefully there'll be something going out saying that I'm about to be live, because you'll see my face up in those circles up there highlighted. So I'm gonna see if I can add to that. And they got this thing going about cover title page or whatever. I don't have access to that yet, so I guess I don't do enough for it to go up there. But I will do my little input into there until I'm able to get one, and then I can utilize that as well. But we got about another 8 minutes, but I want to try to stay on an initial 30 minutes, and each day I'll try to get up uh longer and longer. But yeah, I think today went pretty good. No complaints, no complaints. Um, but yeah, and I thank you all that contribute to it. And I didn't ignore your comment that said let's do it. I didn't ignore your comment. I saw it. Um, and thank you for, even though you were joking, considering me as a candidate. Mm. Who joking? I'm glad I swallowed that water before you said that. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. How was your Monday morning going for you? I hope all is well. Thank you for the hearts. Much appreciated. For those of you that just joined on today, conversation is everything empath. Everything empath. So basically, I just gave a few points or bullet points or tips or different little statements that's um I just gave certain statements that I pulled from TikTok on what qualifies you as being an empathic person. And I can just read them real quick down the line for those that just joined. I won't go into detail like I did a few minutes ago. But if you have any of these qualities or these statements or points, you may be an empath person. You feel responsible for things that were never yours to carry. You attract people that take more than they give. You feel deeply and you have a sense of, you feel deeply and you can sense people You would have to move to Georgia. I am ready to relocate. I promise you. I am so ready to relocate. Um, how is the work out there? Would I be able to find a job out there? Thank you so much for your compliment. Um, deeply feel a sense of things. You can feel other people's their emotions and their body language. You feel guilty when you take time to take care of yourself because you want to always take care of others. Strong intuition, but give chance or talk yourself. Okay, you have a strong intuition, but you talk yourself out of things because you don't want to accept. Instead of taking a compliment, saying thank you, you try to find things to give back to them so that you know they feel just as blessed or happy as you do. You have issues when you get around large crowds. Your body, you'll sense things around large crowds. Other people's moods you feel. We just talked about that one. Emotional. You get emotional with movies. Do you cry at movies? Or songs? I'm terrible at accepting compliments. Why? If someone gives you a compliment, just say thank you. And I understand when you say you're terrible, and I'm learning too. But I'm saying thank you now without having to feel like I should be doing something in return. But I've learned to say thank you. The compliments that I get up here, that's teaching me every day to be able to receive it. And if you want more, you got to receive certain things. Not saying I want more compliments. I'm saying learning how to receive is teaching you, and as you go each level, you learn to receive things so you can get back bigger blessings. I used to kind of shy when I was younger. Oh, okay. But now you older, so receive it. You got such a psychological statement. We're on different sides of TikTok. You got such a psychological statement. We're on different sides of TikTok. Yeah, but TikTok is also a tool used to help connect to people that might have issues or concerns. So if I can connect to you here, then maybe we can connect on another um, device, whether it be one-on-one through screen or communication through phone. But love hosting, enjoying seeing people happy, putting others first. You're an unofficial therapist. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. The one that says, "Can I get a shout out?" Difficulty setting boundaries. Those are some things that if you go through or maybe feeling, can qualify you to let you know that you are empathic or you have some empathic qualities. All right, y'all. It's 1:27. I feel good about this 6 o'clock time. And plus, it's a little bit more longer resting in the bed so I can completely get up. Feel like my voice is not as raspy or as deep. You're promoting really important things here. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you so much for saying that and for attending this live. Everything I do, I try to do it intentionally and with purpose. Um, and if I've said anything that was helpful, I give honor and glory to God. God gets all the respect and the gratitudes and the thank yous. I am a vessel being used by God to speak to you all out there. I always tell people I don't work for man, I work for God. If I work for God, I will always have a job. God has always taken care of me. And I want to show how grateful I am of God always and how much I love God always. So I give back by helping others be uplifted, to be encouraged, to perhaps give you a different thank you perspective on um life and how um you can see things to work in your favor. Give you a broader reason on before you make a decision. Maybe perhaps look at it this way and thank you. Perhaps look at it this way so that it will allow you to um move in a most positive direction. Thank you for the popularity. Much appreciated. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see, I see. That's a lot. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, um, we're at 129. So I thank you again. And please come and check me out tomorrow around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we will continue this conversation on I love R&B, so I can go as far back as to Luther Vandross, Freddie Jackson, um, to Mint Condition. I love all R&B. Troop, you know, Silk. I love all R&B. But yeah, so again, check me out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This has been a cup of conversation and food for thought with me, Nidra. I hope I've said something that is encouraging, uplifting, and perhaps give you a different perspective on how to see things. The topic tomorrow will be a continuation on empath, everything empath. And then after that, we'll talk about extrovert, whatever, the opposite of empath. Um, but yeah, so go on with your day feeling blessed. Remember, one foot in front of the other. The race is not given to the swift, but is given to the one who endures to the end. So pace yourself, move forward, protect yourself, be aware of your surroundings, stay away from gossip if you can, and have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. God loves you. I love you. Now you love you. Till next time, peace. Thank you.